Hi all, welcome back to my channel. This is a video of NTA UGC NET in which I am going to discuss few questions from previous year question papers of November 2020 in computer science and applications with the solutions well explained. See, the idea of bringing this video is solely that when you try to solve the questions and try to find the solutions, you will have to refer a lot of things. Yes, so that would be the extra time you will have to put in, but here directly I am bringing the solutions in front of you. You will get to know that how this kind of question can be solved. Okay, so let's prepare together for the exam. So this is a series of previous year question papers. Here I am going to post every alternate day a video with 5 questions. It is not going to take much of your time. It will take only 15 to 20 minutes at max. So 15 to 20 minutes of screen time and brain time. Do solve along with me. Watch it, learn from the video, solve, and then just get qualified for your NET or SET. So let's get started. Okay, so the first question is the numbers of positive integers not exceeding 100 that are either odd or square of an integer. So this question is based on inclusion exclusion principle. So what is this inclusion exclusion principle? It's A union B is equal to A plus B minus A intersection B. So A union B, that is the number of elements in A union B, equal number of elements in set A plus number of elements in set B minus number of elements in A intersection B. So what is A going to be here? See what they have said, number of positive integers not exceeding 100. Not exceeding 100, yes 100 से ज़्यादा नहीं, और odd होना चाहिए. So 100 तक कितने odd numbers होंगे? 50 numbers odd होंगे, right? So 50 numbers are odd. So that would be the set A. What would be the set B? Or the square of an integer. So कौन से इंटीजर तक का स्क्वायर 100 तक आता है? मतलब 1 स्क्वायर 100 के अंदर आता है, 2 स्क्वायर 4, दैट इज लेस देन 100. सो 10 स्क्वायर इज 100, राइट? सो ये देखो 1 स्क्वायर 2 स्क्वायर टिल 10 स्क्वायर, वट एवर इंटीजर्स आर कमिंग दैट आर within 100. So how many integers का square are coming? 10 integers का square is coming. So ये जो set B होगा वो 10 है. Okay, number of elements in set B would be 10. Now the intersection between this A intersection B. So what all elements would get common? Yani ki this is odd and this is square. So how many odd squares we get here? See, odd square that I get is 1. 1 के बाद 9 is an odd square. Then 25 है, फिर 49 है, और 81 है, right? So how many odd square that I am getting is 5. So the intersection is 5. Just I am putting up here. So mod of A 50 plus 10 minus 5. So that is 60 minus 5. That is 55. So the number of positive integers is 55. That is not exceeding by 100. That are either odd or square of an integer. So the answer is answer 3. Option 3. That is 55. Let's move on to the next question. How many ways are there to pack 6 copies of same book into 4 identical boxes where a box can contain as many as 6 books? So see, this question is regarding counting problem. Why? Because here they have said some books is given, identical boxes are given, and how many? Yes, so it's a counting problem. So before I discuss about this question, I will tell you something, that the counting problem is actually solved by placing items in the boxes. So as you can see here, we have two types of objects, distinguishable objects and indistinguishable. So these 3 students are distinguishable by their names, right? These are indistinguishable objects because I just say 3 students. I am not declaring their name or anything. So 2 type of objects are always there, that is distinguishable objects and indistinguishable objects. Okay, and 2 types of boxes you consider. Distinguishable boxes as I can distinguish based on the room number, and indistinguishable boxes like as you see both are identical, so I can't distinguish, right? So 2 type of objects can be there, 2 type of boxes can be there. So based on this, 4 counting problems will be coming. Say the first one is distinguishable objects, distinguishable boxes. As you see, objects are distinguishable, boxes are also distinguishable. So here it's like how many ways can Billy, Chrissy, Dan be assigned to the room 123 and home room 111. Other combination that comes is indistinguishable objects. See, the objects are indistinguishable but the boxes are distinguishable. The third thing is distinguishable objects and indistinguishable boxes. And the fourth is indistinguishable objects and indistinguishable boxes. Okay, so these 4 counting problems can happen depending whether distinguishable or indistinguishable boxes and objects. Okay, so just coming to our question, what was it that how many ways are there to pack 6 copies of same book? So same book and 4 identical boxes. So boxes are there identical यानी कि indistinguishable and same book बोला है 6 copies है, तो यानी कि books भी identical हो गए. So identical मतलब indistinguishable books and indistinguishable boxes. तो where a box can contain as many as 6 books, तो एक box जो है वो 6 books भी hold कर सकता है. We are having 4 boxes but एक box के अंदर 6 books भी हो सकता है. तो कितना ways है हमें ये 6 books को pack करने का, ठीक है. So let's see. Say for example, I can put either 6 of the books in one box only, or I can put 5 books in one box and 1 book in other box, right? Or it may be 4 books in one box, 2 books in other box. 6 box है ना, and 4 boxes है and 6 books है, तो I can do that way as well. Or it can be say 4 books in one box, 1 book in one and third box में 1. Or it could be 3 in 2 boxes. Or the combination can be 3, 2, 1. Or it can be 3 books in one box, बाकी तीनों में एक book. Or it could be 2, 2, 2 in 3 boxes. Or it could be 2, 2, 1, 1. So these are the possible ways that I can pack my 6 book in that identical boxes. Okay, so how many ways are there? Can I find any more way of it? No. If I try to do, या तो book ज़्यादा होंगी, right? So इतने ही ways possible है. So I will just count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the correct answer is option 4. That is 9 ways are there to do this. Okay, coming to the third question, which is based on proposition. So so what is the question? It's that which of the following pair of propositions are not logically equivalent? Equivalent नहीं है. Okay, तो 2 propositions दिया हुआ है और right, separated by and. So I have to check whether they are logically equivalent or not. So first, what is a proposition? It's a statement that can have true value or false value, right? So 2 propositions you will say equivalent when, equivalent or equal or logically equivalent when they are having same truth value. जैसे अगर P और Q आपके propositions है तो logically equivalent कब होंगे? जब P true है जब भी Q true है, या vice versa, या P false है जब क्योंकि Q false है and vice versa. Okay, so both should be true or both should be false. Okay, so then they can be logically equivalent. So we all know that there are 3 kinds of proposition based on the truth value. You would have heard about tautology, contradiction and contingency, right? So tautology is when the proposition stands true, contradiction is when the proposition always is false, and contingency means neither tautology nor contradiction. Okay, so these are there. On this side I have just put the identity laws, so you can just go through this identity laws, because if we just memorize this identity laws, they are really going to help us a lot while solving the questions. Okay, now I bring the question back to you, and these are the statements that are logically equivalent. सी जब भी ऐसा क्वेश्चन आता है तो हमारे लिए ट्रूथ टेबल बनाना काफ़ी मुश्किल होगा, बिकॉज वी आर ऑलवेज फॉलोइंग शॉर्ट ऑफ टाइम एंड जस्ट कंस्ट्रक्टिंग ट्रूथ टेबल टू चेक ईच एंड एवरी ऑप्शन, सो इट विल रिक्वायर सो मच ऑफ टाइम, राइट? सो दिस आर सम ऑफ द लॉजिकली इक्विवेलेंट स्टेटमेंट्स विच वी कैन मेंबर. आप ये क्वेश्चन में देखोगे तो ये लॉजिकली इक्विवेलेंट स्टेटमेंट्स अगर हमें याद रह जाएंगे ना, तो जो नॉट इक्विवेलेंट है वो हम तुरंत फाइंड कर सकते हैं, इंस्टेड ऑफ जस्ट गोइंग विद ड्राइंग द ट्रूथ टेबल एंड ऑल. ओके, सो वी विल कंपेयर इट. फिर सी what is the first one. It's whenever it's an arrow, you know it's an implication, yes, and whenever it is like this, it is double implication, that is P implies R. And this other one is P implies Q and Q implies R. Okay, so let's compare. So this is first one. As you can see, they are logical equivalent or not. So see here, it's directly logically equivalent. If we just remember it, we can directly do it. Okay, फिर दूसरा वाला ऑप्शन जो है वो ये है, राइट? सो वो कहाँ पर है? यहाँ पे ऑलरेडी लॉजिकली इक्विवेलेंट स्टेटमेंट प्रूव्ड है ये. वी डोंट नीड टू गो फॉर प्रूविंग इफ वी कीप दिस इन माइंड. द अदर वन इज दिस वन. So it is C here. No, not here. It is here. Okay, है ना? लॉजिकल इक्विवेलेंट है. तो जब अगर तीनों इक्विवेलेंट है लॉजिकली, तो फिर कौन नॉट इक्विवेलेंट है? ये वाला, राइट? सो इसका ऑप्शन आंसर क्या हो गया? ऑप्शन 4. तो मतलब हम कुछ लॉजिकली स्टेटमेंट्स डायरेक्टली याद करके कर सकते हैं सॉल्व. ओके, नाउ LPP प्रॉब्लम. तो देखकर ही वी जस्ट see oh god, how we are going to solve it. But what is LPP or the linear programming problem? See, it's a method of how we can find the maximum values and the minimum value of some function. Okay, say maximum to maximum profit or minimum cost. Yes, so here the variables are restricted under certain limits. Function is called as objective function and the limits of variable are called as constraints. Okay, so this was just the intro to this LP. As you can see what they have said, maximize the objective function z which is equal to 2x1 plus 3x2 such that these are the constraints that are given to me. Okay, so 2x1 plus x2 should be less than equal 4, x1 plus 2x2 less than equal 5, x1 x2 greater than equal 0. So what is the optimum value of the LP that you will be finding? Okay, इसका easiest तरीका आपको बताती हूँ जिसमें आप क्वेश्चन को 2 मिनट के अंदर सॉल्व कर लोगे. ओके, सो फर्स्ट हमें ये इक्वेशन लिया. सो 2x1 plus x2, this is the equation, right? So what I do, I will take x1 and x2, and then one time I will put x1 as 0. So if I put x1 as 0 here, what I get? x2 4 वैल्यू मिलेगा, बराबर. और जब x2 को एक बार 0 पुट कर दो आप यहाँ पे, तो 2x1 इक्वल 4, यानी कि x1 इक्वल 2 मिला. तो ये हमने फर्स्ट इक्वेशन के लिए किया. सेकेंड इक्वेशन जो है उसके लिए भी करो, सेकेंड कंस्ट्रेंट के लिए भी. ठीक है, तो ये यहाँ पे बना दिया x1 x2. एक बार x1 को 0 लेना है, एक बार x2 को 0 लेना है. x1 को 0 लिया तो x2 क्या आएगा? 2.5 आएगा. और अगर आपने x2 को 0 लिया तो x1 क्या आएगा? 5, राइट? सो ये हमने फाइंड कर लिया इतना. अभी नेक्स्ट क्या करना है हमें कि ये जो पॉइंट्स आए ना वो हमें प्लॉट करना है. ओके, सो व्हाट पॉइंट आई एम गोइंग टू प्लॉट? 0,4 I will plot, 2,0 I will plot, 0,2.5 I will plot, and 5,0. This 4 points I am going to plot in my graph. Okay, सो अभी एग्ज़ाम के टाइम पे तो ग्राफ कुछ नहीं है, तो आप अंदाजे से ही ऐसे लाइंस बनाकर इक्वल डिस्टेंस लेकर कर सकते. Written already the points over here, and according to the points I have drawn the lines for my equation 1, this one which was 0, 4 and 2,0, and for the other equation also I did, which was the points were 0,2.5 here and the other one was 5,0. Okay, so I have drawn the both of the lines. Now my question was having a less than equal sign. So whenever I am having less than equal, so I am going to look below the line. So below the line when I look, so what is the common part below the line, below both the lines? So this is this one, right? So this is my visible region. Okay, and what points I will take for this visible region is 0,2.5. as you see, it is one of the point. The other point is 0,0. The other point is again 2,0, and here it comes the intersection actually, which is 1,2. Okay, so I am going to put this x and y's in my z. Okay, what was my z? The z was 2x1 plus 3x2. So when you put say for 0,0 के लिए जब आप डालोगे तो 0 ही आने वाला है. जब आप z 0,2.5 के लिए डालोगे तो 7.5 आएगा. जब आप z for point 2,0 के लिए डालोगे तो it will come 4, and when you do it for 1,2, so 2 into 1 2 plus 3 into 2 6, 2 plus 6, that is 8. So you are going to get 8 as an answer. So what is the maximum of all this 0, 7.5, 4, 8? It's 8. Okay, so the answer for this question is 8, that is option 4. Now moving on to the next question. A machine with a byte addressable main memory of 2 raised to 16 bytes and block size of 8 bytes. Assume that you are using direct map cached of 32 lines, and how many bits would be used for tag, line and word field of main memory address. See, whenever this COA kind of question comes, it's a panic. It was a panic for me. डर जाती थी question देख कर ही, but we'll try to make it simple for you. So we'll tell you one thing, that we know cache memory as it is a very small kind of memory, but yes, it is faster. Okay, and we can make use of such faster memory to have easy access, but we also know that whatever is there in the main memory, that entirely or everything can't be stored in the cache, right? So some part of the main memory, yes, can be mapped to cache. Okay, so this cache mapping is a technique in which the contents of your main memory are brought into the cache memory. There are 3 techniques for doing cache mapping. One is direct mapping, the other is fully associative mapping, the other one is k-way set associative mapping. Okay, so this is a question regarding to direct mapping. So what happens in direct mapping? It's simple, that a particular block of main memory can map to only one particular line of cache. See, in cache memory, what are the parts are there we call as lines, and in main memory, whenever it is partitioned, we just say it blocks. We refer the word as blocks. Okay, so blocks is nothing but a chunk of information itself. Okay, in the main memory, a block chunk of information together will be called as block. So whenever we use the words, with cache memory we make use of word lines, and with main memory we make use of word that is block. Okay, so entirely this is a very big thing about to discuss direct mapping, but just giving you the idea over here. Okay, so going back to our question, that it was what main memory of 2 raised to 16 bytes. So main memory के लिए कितना bits लग रहा है represent करने के लिए? 16 bits. Okay, that is a physical address bits are what? 16 bits. Okay, and the block size of 8 bytes they have given. Okay, block size is 8 bytes that they have given. So how many bits would be used to represent it? It would be 2 raised to 3 bits. Okay, 2 raised to 3 bits, and they have said that direct mapping technique is used and 32 cache lines are used. 32 cache lines के लिए the number of bits that would be used to represent the address within the cache. Okay, because हमने क्या किया है block of main memory हमने लाया है to the cache line, right? So कौन सा block लाया, उसमें कौन से addresses है, वो सब बताने के लिए offsets use होता है. Okay, so if I am saying 2 raised to 5 cache lines, so sorry, that is 32 cache lines if I am saying, so it is 2 raised to 5 cache lines. Okay, so how many bits would be used to identify the addresses which are there in our cache memory? The block of main memory whichever we are mapping to our cache, उस block में कितने addresses है ये हमें कैसे पता चलेगा? जब हम cache memory को देखेंगे तो वो 5 bits को देखकर पता चलेगा. ठीक है, तो that is 2 raised to 5. Okay, now what is happening is we are told to find 3 field. Okay, so we have tag field, the other is line number, use line offset. Okay, other one is line offset. So जो block size है that is 2 raised to 3 bits use किया ना, तो 3 bits is the line or the block offset. So ये जो part हो गया वो 3, ये पूरा कितना है? 16 bits का है. 16 में से 3 गया. Okay, now getting the line number, so 5 bits are used. 5 bits are used to get that. So I write 5. So 5 also has went. So whatever will be remaining will be the tag line. So as you can see, the answer is 8, 5 and 3. Line offset आपको कहाँ से मिलेगा? Block size देख लो आप. Okay, so block size is actually equal to the line size. Remember this, line size जो cache memory का होता है ना, that is equal to block size of our main memory. हाँ, so block size हमें कितना आया, 2/3, right? So line size also would be 2/3, but the bits used are what, 3. So the line offset becomes 3 over here. When I say line number, so how many 32 cache lines are there? So 5 bits would be used to repeating would be the tag line, क्योंकि मेरा जो main memory address है 16 bits. I hope the video was helpful to you. अगर हेल्पफुल था और आपको समझा है तो प्लीज़ लाइक बटन पे क्लिक करना. कीप सपोर्टिंग. आई विल ऑल्सो बी ग्लैड टू हेल्प यू. थैंक यू ऑल.